And this is just one of several developing stories we are tracking this evening.
A CCSD employee fired tonight after a photo showed him writing a racial slur on a whiteboard in front of a class. The district tells Fox 5 that employee was a substitute teacher and will never be allowed to work in CCSD again.
Fox says Kim Passoff is live outside Silvestri Junior High where it all happened.
Yeah, so a picture of that substitute teacher in the classroom standing next to a whiteboard with that racial slur written on it has been widely shared on social media, but we are not showing it here on TV because of its offensive nature. Tonight, from parents to state leaders, many are questioning how could something like this happen?
I wasn't surprised that I was seeing this.
Akiko Cooks is co-founder of 1865 No Racism in Schools, a group fighting racial injustice in Clark County schools for years.
These are the students' classrooms, and if they don't feel safe, then it's not equitable education. It's not quality education.
She says what happened at Silvestri Junior High cannot be tolerated no matter the circumstances.
Him being so comfortable and emboldened to actually write that on a whiteboard for students to see. And it sends a very direct message that it's actually okay for students to be derogatory and to be racially insensitive.
From CCSD trustee Lisa Guzman to Nevada Attorney General Aaron Ford, many taking to social media to denounce the sub's actions and praise the students who took action.
And it makes me think about how we have to actually send things viral to get a response. Because had those students not taken a picture of it, would their voices actually have been heard?
Cook says it is crucial for students to record incidents if they feel something is wrong, as they did outside Durango High School earlier this year.
The way what happened at Durango, that hit us very hard because people were able to see it.
Silvestri's principal sent a letter to parents saying the school administration is diligently investigating, but Cooks believes the district needs to do more.
Those students deserve an apology. I think that it's important that the community actually hear it from the district, that we will not tolerate this in our schools.
And 1865 No Racism in Schools says that they work as advocates, providing a voice for both parents and students. You could reach out to them on their Twitter page. We do have a link to that on our website, fox5vegas.com. Reporting live tonight, Kim Passoff, Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
And the letter from the school principal also encouraged students to report anything they see that is racially intolerant. They can do so through the Safe Voice reporting system. We also have that information on how you can do so on our website.